Go. Welcome to another episode of the Ballinesian podcast here on the Polytickin network. Someone's talking about sports. I'm Lance. This is Coach Forrest, Charger and Raider fan, going to be breaking down LA and Vegas's schedules for the 2026 season. Might be able to
We're
look
just
into
we're just talking about Lance's two losses. That's all.
the,
The
the
Chargers,
Raider fan thinks that there are two automatic losses on the Charger schedule. Which which
yeah.
which weeks are those?
Whatever weeks you're playing the Raiders. Duh.
Raider weeks?
Duh.
Yeah, with all the schedule releases, everyone had their schedule release video. What did the Raiders do? The Chargers did Halo. They did like Halo with a bunch of Easter eggs.
So
Oh,
unoriginal. So unoriginal.
Halo. They've done anime. They did anime releases back to back. They did The Sims. They've done a lot of. They do a lot of stuff with like little Easter eggs and tidbits in there. They had like Urban Meyer. Was it Urban Meyer for the Jacksonville Jaguars? They had him like a lonely jaguar sitting on a bar stool in a bar, and they were just like cut to the next week. Stuff like that happened. So the Raiders I remember had like a secret package that they were trying to deliver to Allegiant Stadium a couple years ago. That one was pretty cool.
No, we did Step Brothers this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mendoza and Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
Did you touch my drum set? I need to rewatch that movie. It's been a long, long time. When's the last time you watched a Will Ferrell movie? John C. Riley?
Uh, Last week, semi-pro.
Oh, nice. Semi Pro's another one. I feel like I watch Elf once a year, when the time comes. I
I
also have spent the last 156 weeks asking Sammy if she wanted to watch Walk Hard. You remember that freaking Johnny Cash spoof with John C. Riley?
I'm not gonna
You
watch.
don't want none of this, Dewey. It's the cheapest drug in the world. It makes food better.
You gotta
Uh,
watch the Talladega Nights. That's the movie.
oh man, Talladega Nights. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I just saw Will Ferrell on Saturday Night Live. He's looking old.
Have you heard his
But
son,
no, no, no. I didn't even know he had a
Magnus?
son.
Magnus Farrell?
Magnus? What
Magnus
a
Farrell.
name.
His music
Uh
is good.
if you had a son or daughter coming soon and you had to pick a name, I mean, I don't think Magnus is high on the list. Do you have like a girl or a boy name like
Mm-hmm.
thought of?
Yeah.
Where
It depends on who's coming first.
okay, so the girl what wait, what do you mean? Like
If
if
the
you have
girl,
a girl or a boy. Oh, if the girl you have a girl first? Okay.
yep, it would be one, and my second child would be two.
Hey, you don't understand how historically cultural that is.
Yeah,
my,
a lot of people that their names in Samoan are like Tasi, and they have sisters named Lua, and all of them is like, oh, it's Le Lua and Tasiole. No, no, your parents, you don't
and
know it. What they really did was Tasi Lua, one and two.
then
Easy.
you can add some adjectives later per
Right,
your
right.
prerogative.
Just in case you have a bunch of kids, then you just go down the line. Tasi Lua Cholu Fa.
Tasioleola,
Yeah, see,
luoleala,
yeah, see, Cholu Mai O. Yeah,
Pamai.
Pasoi Fua.
I have an auntie that was born in 49 and her name is Faiva. Or at
Hey,
least was. Recipe.
look, there's no way you're not a 49ers fan if you're,
Oh, wow.
you know what I mean?
That's funny.
So, all you 49ers fans that are Samoan, there you go.
Yeah.
You have a name. I know,
Where are the real Samoan 49er fans that would name their kid 49? Like, where are
hey,
those people at? Where are the real
I know a
nations?
kid. His name is Montana. So, his parents aren't from Montana, but they are 49ers fans.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, I'm
They're
telling you.
not from Montana.
They're not from Montana, but they are 49ers
Hey.
fans. Look, I know I went to college with the kid. We called him FD. And then I
Mm.
just got tired one day of guessing what his name was. Hey, what does FD stand for? His name was Father's Day.
Father's Day? Oh,
His name.
I also know someone named Christmas. Well, I don't know
That's
someone Christmas.
Chris. I
That's
know a lot of Christmas though.
oh what?
Yeah. I also know a kid from your village in Leone. He was a pretty good volleyball
Hey.
player. His name was Interior.
Oh wow. Interior designer.
I think in time one it might be different. There might be a more meaning, but it's what is it? I'm not even gonna attempt it in Psalm one, but I want to say Interior. But yeah, and that was his name, Interior. So yeah, but no, if I had a son, his name would be Sincere. Uh,
Nice.
yeah. If I had a daughter, I'm just shipping her back to wherever she came from.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, why?
I'm
Wait,
I'm
what the
kidding.
hell?
I'm kidding. I'm gonna call her Kobe.
Yeah. I just saw that Kobe. Well, that not it wasn't a real ad, but it was on
It
Instagram.
is
I think you
real.
posted it.
Okay, it's real.
Hey, it was like a
Kobe is
fan ad.
real.
Bro, what a great ad. The kid's like
It's a nice,
working,
yeah.
not able to dunk, not able to get past his opponents on the basketball court, and then
Yeah.
he's
I won't
working
lie.
out every day, being mad at himself.
It made me tear up.
No, for real.
Yeah,
It did.
yeah.
When Kobe's like, hey, you ain't lost.
Yep.
You just not finished yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, are you not going to turn around and listen to Kobe Bryant? I was like, oh, he's not really there.
It's why I shared it. It's why I shared it. I was like, oh nope, I'm not gonna tear up by myself. I'm gonna
I'm going to send this
I'm
to
gonna,
my friends and make them cry
yeah,
too.
I'm gonna post this and make everybody tear up today.
Uh,
Suckers.
yeah. All right.
I do know I have a friend, he plays a lot of Madden. His son's name is Madden. Um
Wow.
I know a couple of people who named their kids Raider.
Mm.
So I also know a couple of dogs named Raider, so it's tough for those kids. But but
Not you, the one I love. Here,
right,
boy.
right. So yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. You think I could sneak in like a Herbert for the next kid or
But
something
see, that's
like
easy. Like
Herpati?
yeah, that's two first names he has. Justin Herbert. You can literally name if you have two boys after Nora, you can literally name them Justin and Herbert. I have a actually an uncle to Benny Sewell, who's also uh, good family friends, married to one of my cousins. Their kids are named Michael and Jordan.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So
What do you think is the line for naming your kid after an athlete? They got to be like a Samoan or not. I guess not a Samoan. There's not a lot of those, but
hey, look, you can't name your kid after like Lamar Jackson, but he plays like
Lamar Faletongo.
no, he plays like Daniel Falele. You know what I mean? So,
Oh,
so come on, man. Come on.
okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? It's like like you see the memes, man. You can't name your kid Mercedes when
Hmm.
they look more like a Honda. You know what I mean?
I seen
So
I seen that meme with Chet Holmgren standing next to Victor Wembanyama, and it's like the messed up thing is a Chrysler does look like a Phantom until a Phantom pulls up. Then
exactly.
it's like,
There you
oh,
go.
that's tough.
Speaking of that,
Uh,
before we get to football,
yeah, yeah.
and everybody in America was hoping Chet was gonna be what,
Our answer to the
yeah,
Frenchman.
but no. And then somebody posted something stupid on what is the Instagram?
Twitter, Instagram,
What's the Instagram
Facebook,
version? No, the Instagram version of
Threads.
Threads.
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, hot take. If Wembenyama was 6'3", he wouldn't be that great. He would just be another no shit."
If you took a foot off of anybody, they would
So
not be the same.
like that's the, but the thing is, it's his skill level that. Yeah, if you put him at 6'3", there's a lot
Mm,
of guys who have his skill level. Like he'd be another player. Yes, he a really good another player. But
mm.
what adds to his skill level is that he can do it at 7'4". Like there's no other person. Chet 7'4", he can't even do that. You got the dude at Florida. What is his last name? Ridden now that just transferred 7'6". He doesn't move like that. We had guys like George Mirasan in the league who are that tall. So yeah, stupid.
Of course not. Wait, okay, but let's stay on this for a little bit longer because Wembenyama, what 7.5 feet? You said 7'4". I
Yeah, like
heard
seven
seven
four,
five,
seven
seven.
three,
So I think
something like
Jalen
that.
Williams was like the other guy. Jalen Williams, was it Williams? Was like asked in a press conference, well, how are you guys not able to beat this team, or how are they able to stop you from doing what you guys want? Because it's like the Spurs are the only team that has been able to like
Yeah,
drop the efficiency of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And he's like, yeah, so they got this guy who's like 7'6" on their side, and he does a lot. So and I'm very casual basketball observer. So when I think Wemby, I think super tall, right, defending the paint. But I've also seen the clips where he takes 2 jump steps out towards the perimeter, and he's not only contesting
yeah,
but sometimes blocking 3-point shots
yeah.
when the guy is like starting to shoot and Wemby's feet are in the freaking paint, but he's able to make it out. So like, if they're, I guess that's like making the offense play around him and stuff like that. So if he was 6'3", right, not able to get out like that, what do you think he loses in his game that he has because he's like 7.5 feet tall?
Uh,
That range to contest.
yeah, the coverage that he has
Yeah.
to get from sideline to sideline,
Mm-hmm.
from baseline to the top of the key, that's an obvious one. And then, like you said, the rim protecting at 6'3", he's not gonna be able to rim
Not.
protect
Yeah. Yeah.
because he's still real thin. So if you body him up going to the hoop, you still have a chance of making the bucket. It's just that he's so lengthy that
Mm-hmm.
gotta choose your words wisely now when you're describing Wemby. We
Mm-hmm.
can't just be like he's so long. Pause. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, the shot blocking. I mean, you gotta body him. He's not a big guy. You gotta you can try to bully him because he's also a very fierce competitor. So he's gonna try to muscle you back. I mean, it doesn't work all the time, but he's a competitor, so it's hard to kind of like bully him because for the most part, it seems
Yeah.
like he's with the shits, as they say. Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
push him around, he's gonna push back. So, but that's kind of how you're supposed to attack a shot blocker like that with length. You go straight at his chest, take away the length of his arms.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You got to use your core. You got to use the middle. You can't
yeah,
just use these long extension fly swatters. You
it's like
got to be
boxing.
able. Can you post up or can you like back him down?
Yeah,
So, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
yeah. If you're a smaller boxer, then you take away that advantage that he has as far as
Mm-hmm.
the long arms that he has. So you go straight at him. But yeah,
Who do you think is playing in the NBA Finals next week?
OKC and
Ooh.
I'm sorry, San Antonio
Oh,
and Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I
This
like
one's for
Cleveland.
you.
I like Evan Mobley. He's not 7'6", but he's also got the tools to he can block shots, he changes shots, can still play offense. Not as good a shooter as Wemby is, but
Mm-hmm.
he can knock down some perimeter shots. But I think plus they got Mitchell on the other side. They got some veterans. I like New York. I don't know if they have enough to compete with what Cleveland has right now.
Yeah, Cleveland's gonna have to come back. They dropped game one. Knicks are up 1-0. They play on the 21st, and then Thunder are down. Spurs won the first game in Oklahoma City, and they're gonna play another game the night that we're recording
Yeah,
this.
somebody also said that. Oh, of course the Spurs when they're loaded, they are not loaded.
What, aren't they like missing De'Aaron Fox? Like,
They're missing. He didn't play. Dylan Harper is really great, but this is his first playoffs. I know a lot of people. Well, I mean, he can. That's the type of player. Yes, I know, but playoffs are different. He's never been in an environment, playing in an environment like that.
mm,
Had that kind of lofty expectations on his shoulders. So, but they are good though. I think they're equipped to beat um OKC defensively. They got Keldon Johnson who can play sideline to sideline.
nice.
De'Aaron Fox is back. Most of the time, he's the fastest guy on the court, so he can get places to places.
Mm,
Castle is probably the best defensive player in the league, not named Wemby. Um, yeah,
damn.
they've got guys. Vassal's also another. They've got length on the court. From Vassal's like 6'7". I think his wingspan's like seven something. Castle's also another guy with great wingspan at 6'5". De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper, they just that top of the key. They can cover that really easy. Keldon Johnson's he goes like 6'9". So yeah, they're good. They're really good. Carter Bryant, another rookie that they have, underrated, rebounding at a high rate, plays defense at a high rate. So they're good. They're I think I like them a lot. I also need them to win because I have a bunch of numbered Wemby cards that that are just they're teetering between like $75 to $150. So if he wins the championship, they automatically shoot up. So I'm like, yeah, come on, my guy, come on.
Okay. One more question.
Yeah,
Do you think he's going to win a lot? Would it be even better if he wins, like, if you wait to sell until he wins like 2 in 3 years or like
for
three,
sure.
4 championships?
But the market is also like you take that risk of holding it. I think he's
Yeah,
going to be a
yeah,
great player, but also when it comes to like collecting and things like that, there's a lot more. They're a lot more valuable when they're winning
right.
championships or whatever, like MVPs. MVPs, I think he's got like at least three coming to him. I think so. Didn't win this year. Was right like maybe I think you finished third or did you finish second?
I'm not
Cade,
sure, but he
yeah,
should be up there. It's him,
him,
it's
Cade,
SGA, and then
Cade,
Jokic. Oh, Cade Cunningham.
Cade. Jokic just won,
I
so
feel
I mean,
like Cunningham, like, I never, I mean, I guess I didn't pay attention and I didn't know that much about it beforehand, but like, where was he? Detroit? Like, he got drafted by, or Cleveland or something? But
yeah,
it was
drafted.
just
He was
like,
number one.
maybe it was something about being stuck in that city where it was like under achieving, but I didn't think he was going to be like super great or pop or become one of like an MVP type thing. So,
What? Well, I
I mean,
mean,
I
like
didn't even know, like,
yeah.
what college did he go to? Was he playing up like that?
Where did he go to college? Sheesh. Yeah, he's been number one since high school.
Oh,
In
okay.
his class, so he's a
Is it his hair?
he's a 6'9" point guard. You know what
I'm
I
trying
mean?
to think. I'm trying to think why I'm underrating him. I think it's his face and his hair. Okay,
Maybe.
but good, man. MVP, that's cool. Or MVP, votes and being on that's awesome. But yeah,
Yeah,
I also think
but
Wemby is gonna eventually
I
just
think
like
if they
kind of.
keep that core of the team together, they do have a chance of winning multiple championships. Whether it be I believe they're gonna win this year. And I think beyond this year, I think if they do win this year, whether or not they win this year, I think they still if they keep that core, they have a good chance of winning multiple championships.
I feel like when you say Wemby's got a couple MVPs coming to him, it's going to be like that time where Jokic was just better than everybody, which was what, just the last 5 years or something. It felt like Jokic was always going to win because the stats he was putting up is just so much
Sure,
crazy compared to other people. I
that's the
kind
thing
of have
about
that feeling that Wemby's going to have that, kind of that couple years coming up.
yeah, but the thing about that is too, basketball's like football. You're gonna need baseball. They're team sports. If you want to win for a long time, yeah, you can have the best player on your team, but he's also gonna have guys around him that have to do what they have to do.
Yeah,
You can't just. I mean, LeBron again. I'll give it to him. He did take some mediocre players with him to the championship. Didn't win. Kobe had 1 year where he had guys who did enough to get them there. Still didn't win the championship. Now, I mean, you gotta be Michael Jordan. You take a bunch of bums, you can win the championship. But you know what I mean? He took like Bugs Bunny. He took uh what's his name? Murray to
Elmer
the
Fudd.
Elmer Fudd, and he won a championship. So I mean, Jordan's the only one to do that. But but yeah, you need guys to you need guys who can play ball on your team when you're in the NBA. They don't all have to be stars, but they do have to be really good at what they do for the team.
Right. Because you can be really good, but if your team is losing, you're not going to get the MVP. You might get some like
Look
real
at Giannis.
basketball players that are like, or
Yeah,
basketball followers and analysts that are like, that guy actually should be the MVP. He's doing great with a crappy team, but it's always going to go to the team that's up there in the playoffs or someone having a great season, but also your team has to win. So if you
is
have crappy teammates, you're not
what
likely to get it.
what it comes down to is winning. It's a
Sure.
conversation. All the LeBron fans are fighting for their lives when they have this conversation. Is like who's the greatest, and then you got guys who will tell you, of course, the Michael Jordan guys because all the championships he won. You got the Kobe guys because Kobe's he's the championships he's won, and then just the way LeBron. And this is I'm not trying to slight LeBron. Just this is the argument that people who LeBron fans have with people. It's because he hasn't won at the clip that someone with his greatness should be have won at. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
but you know who's
I
going to win
think
a lot this year?
the
A lot of
longevity
championships.
though.
A lot of championships.
A lot of championships this year.
Mendoza. Mendoza is going to win a lot of championships. And we're going to start by beating the Chargers in the first couple of weeks.
Okay, let's get to it. Here we go. All right. So, Charger and Raider fan, we went over our team schedules, and these are a couple of the games that are going to stand out. I'll read out kind of what we're looking at. Stay with me, okay? This is the Chargers 2026 schedule. First week versus Arizona, second week versus Las Vegas. It is imperative that the Chargers win these two games, okay? Because the next 8 are like a coin flip, and usually probably going to be a coin flip weighted towards the opponent that the Chargers are playing. At Buffalo, at Seattle versus Denver, at Kansas City are games 3 through 6. There's an early bye week 7, which is like not the earliest, but still pretty freaking early. I would much prefer the bye week to be kind of on the back end, or at least closer to the middle. And then the Chargers, after road tripping to Buffalo, road tripping to Seattle, playing 2 division games, getting a break on their bye week, they have to play the Rams, they have to play the Texans, the Ravens, before the Jets, finishing with New England. And then in December, I think December is going to be when the Chargers' real playoff starts. At Tampa, at Las Vegas. We get a nice little pirate road trip to start December. And then Thursday night football versus San Francisco, at Miami versus Kansas City, and at Denver. Back-to-back division games to end the season. That's going to be pretty cool. But also some winnable games there that could really help the Chargers playoff push. But I really think the middle of the schedule being, Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills, the reigning Super Bowl champions, Denver, who should have been in the Super Bowl, Kansas City, who's probably going to have Patrick Mahomes, geared up by then, who's coming off that knee injury. And then, the Rams, the Texans, the Ravens. We're going to know if the Chargers are playoff worthy. Maybe they might be leading, the division with some snafus or something like that by that time. But or they might be way out of it. But we're going to know if they're a division playoff worthy team by week 10 when they face Baltimore on Monday Night Football. And that's because just like a half of the season schedule is pretty tough. And I think they said after week 1 or week 2, the Chargers have one of the toughest schedules remaining. So very important that the Chargers win these first 2 games. They are also both home games, and they're against one of the worst teams in the league that's in a pretty tough division, the Arizona Cardinals, and a team that the Chargers have beat recently, but obviously the Raiders have had, a big draft, a lot of new people coming in. It's a new age, and it definitely does feel that way. So both of these games at home, winnable, trap games. It's very possible that both of these are trap games. If the Chargers are not 2-0 after week 2, things get very seriously disturbing and scary because you're on the road, weeks 3 and 4. You got 3 back-to-back road games. Not 3 games in a row. There are 3 trips where the Chargers have back-to-back road games. Week 3 and 4 at Buffalo and then at Seattle. Then you have Tampa Bay and Vegas in weeks 13 and 14. And then I guess Kansas City and Los Angeles, but you got a bye week in that. In all 3 of those instances where the Chargers are playing back-to-back road games, the second game is on the West Coast. So I'm hoping that kind of time issue where the Chargers go to the East Coast and have like a 10 a.m. start and look horrible for the first half, sometimes for the first 2 halves. I'm hoping that's less of an issue with that second game on the road being on the West Coast, being in Seattle, being at SoFi, being at Allegiant Stadium, right? So hopefully that's not a big travel issue. I will say I think the Chargers take 4 East Coast road games, and all 4 of them are at 10 a.m. So the beginning of um, those trips are going to be New York, Buffalo, New York at 10 a.m. We got the Baltimore game is a Monday night football game, so it's going to be 5:15. But then you also have at Tampa Bay at 10 a.m. and then at Miami in Week 16 at 10 a.m. So the Chargers are going to have to duck some stuff. One of like the analytical conversations that has been happening around the Chargers has been that their rest advantage or disadvantage is one of the worst. Dog, the teams that the Chargers are going to play are usually going to have more days off than the Chargers going into these games.
You know
Right?
what that sounds like? Sounds like an excuse for losing.
I'm just telling you what the schedule looks like, right? We're going, and you think about a gladiator sport, a collision sport like football, and how important it is to get a day off, if not 7 days off, if not an extra 7 days off. So the Chargers play 4 teams that are coming directly off of their bye week, and they also play 2 teams that played Thursday night the week before. So we'll have not 7 but 10 days off. So fun, and yes, I will be bringing that stat back up when the Chargers start losing to these teams that are coming off their bye. Off of their bye, Buffalo. Oh, actually, Buffalo is a Thursday night football game. Buffalo plays Thursday night football in week 2, gets 10 days off, plays the Chargers at home, their new stadium, in week 3. Baltimore in week 9 plays Thursday night football. 10 days later, they play, or 11 days later, they get the Ravens on November 16th. So yeah, it's a real thing. I'm hoping it's not an issue. I also seen one news article say after studying it, it's not a huge thing to have a rest disadvantage. I disagree.
Of course you
But
do.
wait, it's like an extra week for them to rest, but it's football. It's a weird shaped ball and it bounces funny. Weird things happen. That's the only reason that it's not like, oh, it's a very obvious correlation between getting more rest and playing better and winning. Is because football is crazy and the ball bounces around. Weird stuff happens. But yeah, KC off of their bye gets to play the Chargers. New England off of their bye gets to play the Chargers. Houston off of their bye. Do we really need Houston to have extra rest before beating people up? Houston off of their bye, they play the Chargers. The Raiders off of their bye, they play the Chargers. So all these teams are, and there's not like they're bad teams. I would have much rather it was like New York or Miami coming off a bye than these other teams. And then, like I said before, Buffalo and Baltimore also get an extra 3 or 4 days before they play the Chargers. So I don't know. This is also trying to figure out with the changes for the Chargers, new OC, new DC. Former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel is now the offensive coordinator. Should be making life a lot easier for Justin Herbert. Will it be more run? Will it be more pass? We'll see. New defensive coordinator who replaced Jesse Minter. Jesse Minter, who is now the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Chris O'Leary is now back with the Chargers, and we'll see how that transition goes as far as taking a defense and getting a lot more out of them as a unit than you would project with those individual players. So, yeah, definitely getting more is what we want to see from the defense. But yeah, this doesn't look like a crazy schedule. No long road trips, no international games, only 3 primetime games, which after going like 5-0 in primetime last year, thought we would have at least had like 5, maybe more. The record is 7, which I think the Rams have 7 primetime games this year. But only 3 for the Chargers, who are an up-and-coming team, have made the playoffs the last 2 years, have definitely done a lot better on the turnaround with Jim Harbaugh since he's come in. And also fired Greg Roman, so now it's even more exciting. I don't understand how the Chargers only got 3 primetime games,
They're
and those
poor.
they're poor,
They're boring.
they're boring. Week 10 at Baltimore. Week Week 10 at Baltimore. Week 12 at New England. Sunday night football. That'll be fun. Or at SoFi versus New England. And then Thursday night football in week 15 versus San Francisco 49ers, which will also be at home for us. That's ridiculous. I was hoping for more primetime games. If they're not on Sunday afternoon, they're a lot easier for me to watch. So definitely hoping some of those games get flexed. As far as the Chargers schedule, is there any questions or kind of things that you noticed or want to ask about?
Sounds like an easy schedule.
Easy schedule.
Yeah, you got like you got like two hard games on there. One at the beginning, one at the end. So, like, I can't say much. You know, what game are you most excited to get into?
That's a great question. It's always Raider week. So weeks 2 and 14 automatically stand out. 214, by the way, February 14th, which is the day of the Super Bowl next year.
Ooh.
I have told Sammy twice that we will be in Los Angeles for Valentine's Day. And she's like, she hasn't responded yet. So
That means that means you're not going to be there. I can tell you now what that means.
He's like, interesting. Solo Valentine's Day. Yeah. Look,
that turns into solo Valentine's days. Be careful.
Be careful. Be careful. I'm looking at ticket prices. Tickets as low as $353 for the game at Buffalo in week 3. That's pretty expensive. At Seattle, I will be paying at least $230. It says $228 is the beginning. I'm trying to look for the lowest. I guess there's a $50 game here at Miami. 60. Oh, there's a $36 game at SoFi versus the Texans. Is right now with the lowest, and then 44 versus the Cardinals, also at SoFi. There's some SoFi games. We can go to SoFi. We can get a K pass down to LA, walk to the stadium. But I also want to go to the game at Lumen Field in Seattle and see how the Chargers are stacking up by then. Versus a team that won the Super Bowl last year.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'd say Raider week. Oh, the division games for the Chargers are week 2 versus Vegas, weeks 5 and 6 versus Denver and KC, 14 versus Vegas after their week 13 bye, and then 17 versus KC, 18 at Denver. So back-to-back division games to finish the season, and then 3 in the last 5 games. I think that's going to be nice and spicy for the playoff race, and especially for the division. All right. Yeah, let's move on to the nation's schedule. The silver and black 2026.
Yeah, we also have
listen closely.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to let them know what the teams you guys are playing, and then
they almost mirror the Chargers schedule.
Well, yeah, because the AFC West, the divisions play a same conference division, and they also play a different conference division, right? So this season, the Chargers are playing all the AFC West. So the Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, Kansas Chiefs are all playing the AFC East and the NFC West.
Yeah.
And then there are 6 division games within your own. So that's 14 games. And then the last 3 games in the 17-game season come against teams that you're not playing this year that finished in the same division ranking as you. So there's 4 spots in each division, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. If you're a first place team, the next year, those 3 extra games are against all other first place teams that meet the criteria. If you're a 4th place team, you play other 4th place teams, right? From last year. So I guess that does help with like the rankings and the schedule, and like putting teams, not getting teams against like megastar teams with the freaking power teams, whatever. But here is the Raiders schedule versus Miami, at Los Angeles Chargers, at New Orleans. That's a nice little road trip.
Yeah.
Versus Kansas City, at New England, versus Buffalo, versus the Rams, at New York Jets, at San Francisco, versus Seattle, at Denver, at Cleveland. Week 13, a bye. After your bye, 3 straight home games: Los Angeles Chargers, Denver Broncos, Tennessee Titans. And then week 17, you get the Arizona Cardinals in Phoenix. And then week 18, the Raiders have to travel to freaking Arrowhead Stadium to play the Kansas City Chiefs. What are your, looking at this, or when the Raiders released this and you checking this out, what stood out? What is exciting for you? How are you feeling about this schedule?
Just the 2 guaranteed wins I know for the year. Uh, the other 2 guaranteed wins will be against Kansas City. Um, the other 2 will be against New England and San Francisco. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
What
a
about
good.
the Broncos?
I don't even think about them, but guaranteed.
Yeah. I didn't even think
That's
about those guys.
that's what I think about now. The 2 games I'm looking forward to, of course, the Chargers, as always, because that's a rival week.
Mm,
Kansas City out. When you think about conference play, those are the 2 teams. Denver's, of course, because how the success they had last year, you're gonna want to schedule that game to watch.
mm,
But Kansas City and the Chargers, of course. But non-conference, you're always going to be excited for the revenge game, I guess you would call it, for Josh McDaniel if he was playing the Raiders with New England. So
nice. Yep.
be fun to watch. Also,
Former coach.
right, because
What
they
are, what are your
also went to the Super Bowl.
what are your feelings on him? Is he a good coach? Is he a decent person? Is he
I think
abhorrent?
he's. I can't speak to him as a person because I've never met the guy,
Mm.
and I'd hate to form an opinion of him over what people are saying in social media.
Oh, nice.
Um, of course, I have, but I'm not going to say it out loud. But I think he's a great coordinator. I think because every team that he's been a coordinator for has
Mhm.
had success with him there. So, especially New England. Look, he got there and they went. I mean, it's not totally him, but he got back to New England, and where did they go? The Super Bowl. So it's got to be something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got to be
So
good at something. He had,
yeah.
I mean, I think the issue with the New England Patriots, like, 2000s dynasty, is that people don't know who to give the credit to. It's like, was it the defensive coach? Was it Tom Brady? Was it actually Josh McDaniels who was like figuring it all out? Because they were all there for a long time. And
Well, I think you have to give it to everybody equally because
mm,
once they started to kind of break away is when they started to not win championships is when they started to the team started to break up. So
mm-hmm,
I think
mm-hmm.
it's I should equally contributed to everybody that was on the team
Man, that's
because they work
interesting.
well.
Yeah.
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 So
Okay,
uh
revenge game versus the former
yeah,
coach.
the next game of course is San Francisco, Battle of the Bay. Even though the Raiders aren't in the Bay anymore, they're still beloved in Oakland. So it's always a big game. They still have a ton of a really good fan base
Yeah.
in the Bay in California to say the
Mm-hmm.
least. But that's always going to be a big game. It's going to be a game where there's going to be a lot of shit talking going on, especially in this house. Me and my niece, my youngest niece, were Raiders fans. She chose Raiders, and then my brother-in-law, who's one of the bigger Niner fans I know, so it'll be fun. That's his daughter, and I took that from them. Uh, that's going to be a great game. That's always a great game. We get to see Fred Warner back. Maybe a healthy Brock Purdy.
Mm,
We get to see a revamped Raiders team, pretty much. Be great to see. And then yeah, against the Chargers is going to be great because the success that the Chargers have had recently is kind of what the Raiders want to have as well. Bringing a new coach, they thought
mm,
that they could do that with Pete Carroll, but front office fooled everybody, and we just brought Pete Carroll in to get us to where we're at now, so
mm.
we could go get Clint Kubiak. Wrong Seattle coach, guys. We got the right one now. Um, yeah.
Whoa.
I think Vegas is really hoping to I would say mirror that success. Maybe just I don't know. They want to mirror it, but they also want to do just maybe a little bit more than what um the Chargers were doing.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, they did get the quarterback that they were looking for in Kirk Cousins. Jokes. But they got Fernando Mendoza. They uh they used the first round draft pick, the number one draft pick on Fernando Mendoza. So interesting to see. They haven't really
Spe-
signed. Go ahead.
Speaking of Mendoza, and there's been the talk about how Tom Brady doesn't want him to start right away. So Kirk
Right.
Cousins, coming in, that's a veteran that can
Yeah.
also show him the ropes and play for the Raiders as things kind of get started with the Clint Kubiak offense.
Yeah.
If you were to bring in Fernando Mendoza, is there a certain week or a certain team on the schedule that you want to go up against? Like
There's
make
certain
it
teams.
easy for him, or just freaking throw him into the fire versus the Texans or something like. What do you
If
think?
it's not working with Kirk Cousins, if it seems like it's just not working, whatever game that comes about is when you put him in. Whether it
Mm.
be the first game into the third quarter. Of course, you hope they give him more than like 3 quarters to show Kirk Cousins.
You've been holding that clipboard long enough, boy.
Right.
Get in there.
Exactly. Yeah, right. But yeah, if you decide that Kirk Cousins is going to be your starter first game, you would hope they would at least have him there for like, 2 games, see what it's like fit.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
if they make it through training camp and they're like, this is
yeah,
the best
yeah,
guy.
that's yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Raiders again. It's every team's goal to win, but I think the Raiders their timeline is a little different. I think they can.
Sure. Yeah.
I think if they get out this season with like 8 wins, that's big for them.
Sure.
Um, just because of all the changes they're going through right now. And I think right now, I know Raider fans hate to hear this from another Raider fan, but progression is really what you want to see this season. You want to see them getting better at everything they did last year. The line needs to be better, definitely, because we saw flashes of what Ashton Jensen could do. You want to see Brock Purdy healthy again and not maybe take on too much weight of the
Yeah.
offense. You want to see a supporting cast in like Michael Mayer as a second tight end, Jack Besh maybe get better. Maybe he can be like the number one or number two receiver.
Did you hear what your coach said about Brock Bowers?
No.
He said he's a football robot sent from
Oh
heaven.
yeah, yeah. See, the guy was born to play football. That is true. Um, even his hairline says it. But but yeah, man, the schedule it's gonna be tough games against. Again, we always make jokes, but I always do expect to have a tough game against the Chargers. But with the history growing up, I always expect to beat the Chargers. I expect to beat the Chiefs. Um, the Niners always expect to beat them. Seattle's going to be an interesting game because of recently that's been for me at least every time I go to watch a game, we went to watch a couple of Frankie's games when he was with Carolina here in Seattle, and all the Seattle fans, oh, you're cheering for Frankie? Yeah, I'm a Frankie fan, but I'm a Raiders fan, and they always had something to say. But lately, I think even if it was just preseason, we've won the last game against Seattle, so I've always had that, and I was always quick to shut up Seattle fans, but they've won a championship. So, it's hard to
They just won
yeah.
a championship, so they're
So
like, we're the guys now.
right, yeah, yeah. So that's gonna be a good game. Another overlooked game for fans, I think, is gonna be the Rams game because you get to see
Uh,
Devontae after he was talking all that smack before he left. So that should be a good game.
wow. So that's a good. That would be that 4 game stretch. I was going to ask what 3 4 game stretch kind of
Yeah, that would
peeked out to
be
you.
yeah.
So you're going week 7, hosting the Rams.
Hosting
You
the
have to fly
Rams.
to New York and face the Jets, and then you have to fly to San Francisco,
They there. Yep.
play the Niners in a big game, and then right after the Niners, you go back home, but you have to face the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
So Rams, Jets, Niners, Seahawks is going to be tough. I
Yeah.
really like your guys' last 4 or 5 games, especially coming off of the bye and getting 2 division games right away, and hosting them versus the Chargers versus the Broncos. That could be huge for playoff, division rankings,
Implications. Yep.
playoff push, yeah, playoff implications. And you also have, after those two, you host the Tennessee Titans, who should be a win, and you travel to Arizona nearby, which also should be a win. So end of season wins, end of season division games, and then you guys end at Kansas City. that last month, December is going to be on for both the Raiders and the Chargers because there's a lot of these games towards the back, division games and winnable games that should help our playoff pushes.
Those are also trap games for the Raiders.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
Arizona, they do get Jeremiah Love this year, who, by the way, is from the greatest college ever in America. But he's also probably the greatest running back to come out of college, at least hype wise, since Reggie Bush. Like the hype of him coming out of college,
Wow.
being able to do everything.
Yeah.
I think the last running back that was talked about like that was Reggie Bush. So you got that, and then the Jets. No, it's not the. Sorry, we were talking
The
about
Titans.
the
Yeah.
Titans. They put in some pieces around
True.
Cam Ward,
Yeah.
even though one of his receivers wanted to work out with Lamar Jackson instead of him.
He saw that. He was
He
like,
was like,
"Hey,
"Hey, you better
all right."
have him throw you passes all summer long." That sucks.
Yeah,
Gut wrenching.
okay. Have Lamar Jackson throw
Right?
you
Yeah.
passes in the game this year. Then
Hey,
if you
look,
just stay
I'm
over
with
there,
Cam Ward. I'm with Cam Ward.
yo, I
But
like
yeah,
that.
hey,
Yeah.
okay, you want to go throw passes with that guy? Go ahead. So yeah, those games because that's too funny.
That's so crazy. Okay.
Yeah, the Titans and they put some pieces up there too. They weren't they weren't great last year, of course, but they did show
Mm.
flashes. And Cam Ward's been a winner since Washington State. I have never seen him in high school, but coming from Washington State, went to Miami, was winning there. So
Mm.
I feel like he's gonna have a breakout season this year. Interesting. It'd be interesting. I mean, we play San Francisco in the preseason as well, so that'll be a good game. You'll get to see a lot of guys play who you probably won't see play in the season, but you'll also find out who's going to be around during those games.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to that. We get to see Frisco early. Be fun. Be
All
fun.
right. I'm looking at the expensive games.
Well, the Raiders don't
Hosting.
have any primetime games at all this year.
Yeah.
I
What's up with that?
there's no drama this summer right now. They have some drama with Taron Johnson, of course. He's just trying to figure out a long term contract since he got traded over from Buffalo. He
Mm-hmm.
just wants to secure his long term future right
Oh,
now. So,
so there's like a hold down happening right now
so
until
he
that's.
he hasn't been at camp yet, but it's just been voluntary so far. So he hasn't been to those. Again, people are making. I think they're making way more of a deal than it should be, just because it's voluntary. But I think next week starts mandatory.
Yeah. Okay.
So I know they're trying to get that stuff ironed out. Taron Johnson, they traded for him because they think he's going to be a stud in this in the system. So it's imperative that they kind of get him into camp. You know what I mean? But they did go heavy in the draft, signing a ton. They went like they double dipped, grabbing two safeties, one from or
Oh,
both
okay.
from Arizona. And Trayden Stukes can play corner. He can play corner. He's played corner before. They picked up like maybe three more corners in the draft. Um, re-signed Stokes. So they've got some guys there. I don't know. Maybe they were having these talks before the draft or after the draft. Maybe they foresaw something happening. But I think they have like a backup plan. But they would prefer to have Taron Johnson in camp with them right now. Because they do think highly of him in the organization. So but I also believe that there's no hype around the Raiders, whether good or bad. Mendoza, I thought would have brought at least like one or two games, but Cam Ward, since he's been in the league, will finally get his first. Oh no, I think he had one last year for the
Win.
first, yeah, one primetime game,
Oh.
and then this year I think he only gets one also. So pretty tough for a first round pick for the first pick in the first round, and then Mendoza again getting shut out this year with no primetime games. As the
Mm.
number one pick is weird for the league. Money making wise, because there's going to be a lot of people who want to see the number one pick play. You know, whether you're a Raiders fan or not, people are going to want to see him play. So
um, I was looking at the Raiders schedule and I saw that they had zero primetime games. I thought that was very interesting with, Fernando Mendoza being the
yeah,
number one pick. There's a lot of hype around the
Clint Kubiak,
rebuild.
yeah,
Clint Kubiak is the new coach. Tom Brady is getting,
yeah.
more control and stuff like that. I heard that they sold Mark Davis sold like a chunk this week.
I
Uh,
forgot who the buyer, yeah, or well, at least the interested buyer before anything was sold. I forgot who it was, but yeah.
I didn't know that he did his wife pass away. Mark Davis. or was he married? Or am I thinking of Al Davis's wife?
Maybe Al Davis because Mark Davis has like a 27-year-old girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, because he was, and I saw the sale and I was like, why is Mark Davis selling off, chunks of the
Oh,
Raiders? And
yeah,
he was like, I don't have, a wife right now or a family, kids
yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's important if something
Who's it going
happens to
to?
me or if I decide,
Yeah,
something happens or if like I die, there's a succession plan. So
yep.
that the continuity and the
Continues.
professionalism of the Raiders can, it doesn't like plunge it into some Game of Thrones or Succession type stuff. So I thought I was like confused at first, and then I was like, wow, there's another adult decision by the freaking Raiders. What is happening?
That
What
is
is
true.
happening?
That is true.
um, yeah, but speaking of the primetime games, I was looking, games can get flexed into primetime, right? If the
Sure.
primetime team
They feel like,
uh isn't as good a matchup
yeah,
or isn't going to get as good ratings,
yeah.
maybe the Bills and the Ravens in week 13, and then Josh Allen gets hurt, Lamar Jackson isn't playing, and then you got Snoop Huntley versus Joe DiMaggio, EJ
Wow.
Manuel, whatever
Wow.
Buffalo Bills backup quarterback.
Way to
uh
degrade those guys.
oh,
Good job.
Mitchell Trubisky. I don't know who the backup in Buffalo. But when that happens and ESPN, or I guess it's usually NBC because it's Sunday Night Football. I think through
Oh, yep.
weeks 5 through, I think starting in week 5, Sunday Night Football can flex any game if they don't think their Sunday Night Football matchup is going to get the ratings.
I hope so. I get off at 7 o'clock on Sunday, so I'd be able to make one of those games, I think.
See, all right, so a couple things. It used to be only Sunday Night Football could get the flex games, but now they've also made Thursday Night Football and Monday Night Football available later in the season. I think beginning in week 12, games can get flexed to Monday Night Football. Beginning in week 13, they can get flexed to Thursday Night Football, which would be horrible. Can you imagine thinking you got 7 days of rest and you only got 3 and you have to play on Thursday night? That's crazy. um, so yeah, Sunday nights can get flex starting week 5, Monday nights weeks 12 through 17, Thursday nights 13 through 17. I thought that it could be, and also this all is the teams in the matches need to do bad and the Raiders need to do good, right? Because if the
Yeah.
Raiders are doing good, then they're going to pick up steam, then the TVs are going to be like, oh,
Much
what? Yeah,
must watch
yeah,
TV. Yeah.
right. So the most popular looking game, uh oh, okay, so the most popular looking game that I thought was Tom Brady's return to New England, right?
Mm.
And that you guys play New England in week 5, right? I think he also is calling the Fox game in New England in week 9. So he might not go for this game, but just having, if the Raiders start 4-0 and the New England Patriots, who just went to the Super Bowl, are doing really good, I could definitely see this happening. The Sunday Night Football game in Week 5 is Baltimore at Atlanta. Here's the problem with this: it can't be a morning game. So any game that starts at 10 a.m. has been taken off. It can only be afternoon games, right? So
Yeah.
this game actually, I found out, does not count, which made me go to Week 7, where the Raiders are hosting the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams already have 7 primetime games, tied for the most ever, but this can make it 8 and break that record. If the Raiders are doing good and the Rams are doing good, then I have no, I don't see why. What is this? Kansas City at Seattle would be the San Francisco, or would be the frick Week
He,
7 Sunday night football game.
that's why I think the Rams got 7 primetime games
Oh,
because of the whole Ty Simpson thing going on right now. I think they were like, well, it's going to be must watch TV because you got a
I
quarterback
Simpson.
who's mad that they drafted Ty Simpson.
Oh,
You know what I mean? A guy who wasn't supposed to get drafted in the first
yeah.
round and then was also mentioned in the same breath as Mendoza that might go first. So I think there's a lot of, yeah. I think it
Uh,
adds to the fire of the schedule.
there you go. So and this is that same 4 game stretch that you were talking about: Rams, Jets, Niners, and then Seahawks. I think the
Yep.
Rams game in Allegiant Stadium with Raider Nation freaking rocking, turning it into the black hole again. Can you imagine? And then hosting the Los Angeles Rams, who are a Super Bowl caliber team. Yeah, Matt Stafford probably on his last legs here, but still doing great. Or 3 weeks later, hosting the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. So I think the Rams game that the Raiders host, or the Seahawks game that the Raiders host a couple weeks later, could potentially be flexed to Sunday Night Football. And then there are also options starting this year that they could get flexed to Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. But definitely, if the Raiders start great, and then the Rams, who are already a very popular team, the Seahawks, who are the reigning Super Bowl champions, I think those two games could be the ones that are flexed. They look like they fall under all the right criteria. Both of those are afternoon games, so I I believe the Raiders will get a primetime game. There's no way they say it's your. I mean, unless they're bad, unless they get unlucky and start losing some games, and then CBS is going to look at their record and be like 2-5. Wow, oh no, not. But if the Raiders do good, they for sure will find a way to fit them into primetime. And having only 3 primetime games between our teams who are up and coming and doing good, like slap in the face.
We shall see. We shall see.
All right. Any other teams that you wanted me to check out the schedules on, or
I don't care about any other.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Excuse me, kids, but F your teams. I don't care about your teams.
I need your help with some cooking before we leave. All right. So I made chicken, soy chicken, shoyu chicken, not shoyu chicken, but soy sauce, brown sugar, onions, chicken. Soy chicken. And then we didn't finish the rice. We didn't finish like 3 out of the 6 or 7 chicken breasts that I got. It was like leftover chicken that I wanted to hurry up and cook. But I'm going to use the leftover soy chicken and rice to make fried rice. Right. I also have that veggie medley bag with the corn and the block carrots and green peas and stuff like that. I feel like dropping that into it is going to be perfect.
Don't do that. No.
Oh,
it's fried rice. It's fried rice, not vegetable rice.
I gotta trick myself. What else needs to be in the fried rice? Right, chicken fried rice. What needs to be in there? Onion. I gotta go get onion and green onion right now.
Green onions. You can put onions if you want. Get some green onions. Get some garlic.
Garlic. Oh man, I forgot about that.
Kikkoman soy sauce is the best for fried rice.
Sure.
You want to make it get, if you can find Portuguese sausage, you can throw it in there with the chicken.
Oh, okay.
And you're good. You're Gucci.
How do you spell Portuguese? No, I got it.
Porch.
All right. Yeah. I had a phone appointment with a dietitian for Kaiser Permanente. I set up an appointment, and first of all, I thought it was a doctor's appointment. So I had a lot of different notes ready, and then some different person hopped up on my phone, and I was like, damn, my doctor passed me off to another doctor. And then they were like, hi, I'm a dietitian. And I was like, oh, this is that appointment. No, sorry,
your doctor just said you were fat.
He guided me. It was like,
he's saying,
go talk to the
there's nothing I can. There's nothing I can
do. But like having diabetes, taking metformin, I thought I kind of knew what to avoid. Definitely like sugars and stuff like that, right? Like sugar is what makes blood sugar sugary, or so I thought.
What?
I was like, that's it, right? Stay away from sugar. Okay, no more juice. Okay, no more candy. I'll be good. But my numbers haven't been dropping, right? Like I haven't been drinking soda as much, definitely nearly as much. I used to get fast food all the time, and a soda automatically comes with a meal. So that's like once a day.
For sure.
Twice a day. So definitely
he had a bottle of water with a bag of
you got a 4x4 with the water.
He said, I got a big bottle of water with a bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, see. Yeah, so talking with them, they were like, yo, so what do you look at on a food label? Do you even look at a food label? And I was like, yeah, I look at the food labels. It's got numbers on it. I like numbers. But I told them, I was like, yo, when I look at added sugars, if it's got a lot of added sugar, then that's bad. so I don't eat those things. And they were like, okay, okay, okay. So that's a good first step. I was like, wait, is that not the whole thing?
If you guys aren't familiar with Doctor Talk in regular talk, that's cute.
It's like, okay, okay, that's a good start. Like, you ain't doing nothing right now. But uh yeah, they mentioned total carbohydrates. And I was like, why are we bringing carbohydrates into this? They're like, okay, so the starches in certain food, potatoes, bread, stuff like that, baked processed stuff, the body can't turn that straight into
And
energy, so it has to turn it into glucose, or like it has to turn it into sugar first. So the bread stuff, the yeah, basically starchy stuff, and
yeah,
it is going to turn into sugar, and you could have a high blood sugar, glucose levels, because you ate hella fries. Like fries can turn into sugar, and I'm just like, I've been trying to cook hash browns and straight fries, and I've heard the starches. I've also used starch on my JROTC uniform in high school. I don't understand how starches turn into sugar. And it was cool because my doctor, when we talk about like having a good meal plan and doing this, they're always like, you got to use the plate method, lean proteins, do veggies. And I'm like, that sucks. It tastes not great. So talking to a dietitian, I was like, yo, I need to stop eating fast food, but I want my home cooked food to be like burgers
fast
and
foods.
pizza. How do I make a burger at home I can eat as much of as possible? But I have another appointment coming up. Or I have another appointment that I need to schedule so I can get more information, more knowledge, learn more about not only diabetes and how the body breaks down stuff, but just like food knowledge and stuff like that. I think it's going to be very helpful. The last week or
Yeah.
two, I've been looking at food labels and seeing stuff that's a lot different. Like, oh, this I thought this, for the last couple of years, I thought this cereal was great. It's actually a very sugary cereal that doesn't have a lot of dietary fiber, but has a lot of sugars and added sugars. So I'm
This
like,
man's talking about Lucky Charms, folks.
I thought this was healthy. It's Irish. It's yeah. So yeah, that definitely was very helpful. I would definitely recommend or suggest being able to talk to a specialist like that, because my regular doctor was like, do this, and I was like, and now I talk to a dietitian who's giving me more information on the way things work, the how. So
It's required now. Once they diagnose you with diabetes, it's required that they set an appointment up with a dietitian. And then if
I had
you
to ask.
they're supposed to be like required because there's
Pieces of S.
and then there's a program, and then you also see like a endo doctor. Uh,
Endo. Okay.
if yeah, so and then they can tell you about like what the sugar, what's it doing, how
Wow.
it's hurting you. Yeah, I got to see my dietitian. I was kind of like the way you did. You saw your dietitian. You started, scheduling more stuff, looking at labels.
Yeah.
I saw my dietitian. I also scheduled a plot in the cemetery. I was like, you know what? Because I'm gonna keep eating these motherfucking
No,
burgers.
no, no, no.
Folks,
Donuts aren't bad. They
don't
make
don't
me
think right.
happy.
Like, look, I'm old. I'll die eventually. Uh,
I asked Nora, I was like, what are your favorite foods? And she's like, lollipops, chocolate. I was like, oh, it's like, but do you know why those are tasty? She was like, because they're good. And I was like, negative. No, 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 no. Tasty does not equal healthy. Um, yeah. Oh, I got my dog for a couple weeks
well, I
for
thought you
my for
said
my ex.
you got your dog diabetes.
I got my dog diabetes. Probably this food won't eat dry food unless there's something in it. So I've been mixing tuna
Oh, do you
into it.
mix it?
Yeah, I mix it with like use there. We have like a wet food that comes in a can. You
Yeah,
take
yeah,
some of
yeah,
that
yeah.
out, kind of stir it up so the dry food gets some flavor on it. But he's been kind of so on the pate. So I was eating tuna the other day, and he came into the kitchen. He was like, "What are you doing? What's that? What's that?"
See,
And he could
yeah,
smell it.
it's the oil.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
I
it's the
I put some
oil.
of the oil on it. He ate all that right up. And he's had a problem with eating. Like if he doesn't like it, he won't eat. so he won't eat for like a day or two,
Oh
and then
damn.
we're out on a walk and he's not pooping because he hasn't eaten, and I'm like, bruh, you're like, this is not healthy. And he's like, put some good food in my bowl then.
Right. He's like,
It's like I have to throw out his dry food bowl like every other day because ants will come and start eating it.
eating. Yeah.
And he's like, "You want me to eat this ant stuff? You want me to eat this? What is this food for ants?" What? But
That's funny.
uh, so yeah. My ex asked if we wanted him. I said, "Hell yeah."
Oh, so you guys got
Not
Merc for good?
no, just a
Oh,
couple weeks I think.
oh, okay,
But I
okay.
mean, yeah, he's cool. He's getting hella old. Like his front legs don't work. I don't think his ears work anymore unless you're like right up next to him. And then his eyes are kind of glazing over too, so it's like end of life.
You sure it's
Uh
not him just secondary smoke from you?
oh, I no no. I don't smoke next to right. I can't let him outside because there's cats and squirrels and raccoons, and he thinks he's a young spring pup when some other animals comes by. He's loud, but his voice is messed up, so he doesn't bark. He just so yeah, that's my dog. Oh, what I didn't know was the day I agreed to bring him over here was the Hillsboro Air Show. So there's been
Oh damn!
C-130 sounds flying over our house all
Like under
weekend.
the table all weekend, huh?
Well, so here's the thing. I initially thought it was an issue.
You're a dummy.
He's blind. He's blind and deaf. He doesn't hear it. I mean, I don't even think he hears it. Even with his great dog hearing, I don't know if he can hear these planes going over, but there's
This
hella planes going over the house.
this
And,
man
and,
just
and
said
he,
his great dog hearing, but also just mentioned that his dog is deaf and blind.
I mean, dogs have great hearing and smelling, right? So it's like, the dog hearing is better than human hearing, definitely better than me, who has spent, time in hangars and freaking clubs and music. My ears are shot. I assume the dogs are better, but right now he's hella old. So, and it doesn't look like he's reacting when the flyovers happen because before we would have him like under the blankets in a dark room, just like kind of chilling when he was younger because he
Yeah,
would
dog
like
got
pop
issues,
around.
dog.
Yeah, he does. But and now he's just like, why are you
Rex,
looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me all concerned as the house is shaking?
Rex said, "Look, I'm old, man. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die."
Yeah, he's like, I'm not rushing to, yeah, uh, yeah. So it's nice to have Merc here,
Yeah,
the old man who has to go out 6 times a day. I gotta leash him up and walk him 6 times a day. Uh, but it's so nice to have him around and having a little dog hop up next to you on the couch and like intentionally snuggle onto your lap or something like that to be close. I'm like, oh, is this love? All right. Anything else before we bounce up out of here?
no, man. Shout out to my dog, Destiny. Destiny King is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Destiny. That's my dog. So she's out here in Washington right now. She works at a refinery. She does that on and off as a contract, but she's also a coach with it's her game. So shout out to Carson Select also, the new, well, not new, but they've been around for a few years now. The club basketball traveler basketball team created by her game, which is headed by Des Ali. And Destiny's the coach with them. So she also played for American Samoa at the 2015 Pacific Games. So we got close in. She's family. Happy birthday, Destiny. Also, a big shout out to, not a shout out, but our thoughts and prayers with one of our brothers, Solano Smith, who's back home for his grandmother's funeral. Hope everything's going well with you and the family out there. Yep. That's about
Nice.
it, man. Yes.
Amen. Yeah. Shout out to Noah and everybody traveling down there. My mom leaves today. Wasn't expecting to go, but then all the family's going to
Yeah.
be there, so
Yeah.
definitely a good time to be able
Just
to
be
uh
nice,
yeah,
everybody together. I think
and
Lauren's
it
back home already.
nice.
So
And I feel like my grandma was like strict, but also a party person. Everybody kind of loved her, and I thought Auntie Shupolu was like
her road dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
see some sisters like that or that
yeah.
are together and like might not always be on the same page. I'm not sure how they, saw everything, but they were always
Old tight to death, man. That's how old Samoan people grew up like that. Like,
Mhm.
well, not me and my siblings. Were actually my first cousins. I have one biological sister. But I have many siblings. And you can't tell me any different. Me and my sister, those guys are blood brothers and sisters. You couldn't tell us any different. Well, the three of us and my little sister, Della. So yeah, man, I think when you're growing up in Samoa, even now, I think your cousins literally become your siblings. So
Yeah.
like Grandma Shupolu, your grandma,
Mhm.
um, my auntie Amanda, who's back home. They were all close, and they're all from that little same part of Leone back there. So back in the what do they call that part of Leone back there? Uh,
It is blanking on my face right now.
I want to say the Pala, but it's not. I mean, if it was
No.
recognized, well, it's recognized because of Five Eyes Pond because he had the ducks back there.
Mhm.
Uh, we 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 used to throw rocks at those poor ducks.
No!
I remember, oh man, I remember Five Eyes was ready to shoot us one day. 我有講係講呢個
How dare you?
I know. I don't
I
know.
raised these ducks from eggs.
Like I know they were so good. No jokes.
Ah!
Yeah, man. Shout. Yeah, glad your mom's going down there.
Mhm.
Hope everybody who's traveling is prepared. I've seen some videos lately of the flooding going on back home. It's not like the flooding in Hawaii,
Oh,
but there is a lot of flooding going on back home.
wow.
We've had people post videos of kids playing in the Hawaii in Malailoa. So please take your kids home. They can drown in the Hawaii. Not only that, there's germs in that thing.
Yeah, especially if it's raining or
Yeah.
flooding.
I mean, the pig pen, they're not to be gross, but all the waste from pig pens kind of go into those
That's how. Yeah,
streams.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That's how it gets moved down.
yep.
Getting it into the water, and
That's how
yeah.
people get leptospirosis. If you guys don't
That
know,
is also yes,
yeah,
exactly. Because if people are using the water for like drinking water
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
bathing or playing and stuff like that,
yeah,
then you
yeah.
get the poop in your
I get
eye.
it. Look, play in the rain in Samoa, kids, not in the Hawaii, please.
Uh, yeah. Speaking of diseases in American Samoa that were common and not common outside, filariasis. I just
Filariasis,
ran across that. I'm reading that book,
but
Tropic
that
of Football.
was big in the South Pacific, not just Samoa.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
Um, filariasis made a cameo in the book that I'm reading about American Samoa football. And talking about like elephantitis, how it could lead to elephantitis, and you could have
yeah,
like swollen testicles or like huge, like a swollen leg or something that could lead to amputation. Uh, they thought that was only a brown people disease when the Navy came over, and they were
yeah.
like, "Oh, white people aren't going to get that." And then like a year later, they had to like, "Okay, yeah, white people can get it
You're
definitely.
right,
We got to
because
send a lot of
they
people
brought it
back
back
home. You got
exact,
yeah, yeah." So,
exactly. So I mean, yeah, they literally had the movie Elephant Man here in America, which
oh, was
was
that about?
elephantitis. I mean, of course, it was like more like a horror movie, scary movie, but that's what the diagnosis I think in the movie was
Mhm.
supposed to be was elephantitis. So yeah, and I remember, sorry folks, be a little gross or like lewd, but I remember when filariasis first came to someone. Of course, all the stupid guys were. Well,
Yeah,
I've had filariasis my whole life.
oh my gosh.
Like, oh man, oh so
Dude.
you had swollen
Oh,
testicles your whole
want
life?
you want to see a swollen
Right? I'm like,
stupid.
okay, okay. And it's
Uh,
funny, you got to take these pills to kill the germs.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember, I think they used to make you drowsy. So if you took like the pills, like if you took them after lunch, I think before, and I can't remember, but you like were able to go home or like take a nap during one of your periods. I forgot, but
Sleepy.
yeah,
Uh, all right. There we go. Thank you for okay, I gotta get green onions for this chicken fried rice.
green onions. Get you some garlic to throw it in there.
Garlic, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget the garlic.
All
And
right.
then if you ever have leftover rice and you just don't want to make just fried rice, you can always make garlic rice, which is just consists of garlic and soy sauce, and you kind of do it the same way as fried rice. But that
Oh, okay.
goes good with eggs and eggs
That
and
sounds
bacon.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, so
We went to IHOP this morning, uh, and we threw a hot chocolate over the table.
interesting.
this it was just me and Nora. It was like 7 in the morning. But she got a hot chocolate, and then as the food was coming over, she was like, "Oh!" and like knocks it over, and it just goes sliding. And I was like, "Thanks for these dishes. Can I get some towels?" It was so crazy. I don't know. It's so fun. It's so fun to do stuff with a kid and
It
teach
is.
them like, all right, so we're not going to do this anymore. Well, you know a better way we can do this? We can move, yeah, just like little
Yeah.
things that you think are uh automatic or instinctual, and then realizing that you got to teach, and maybe not only teach but coach, like consistently keep telling them. So
Yeah, I mean,
they're
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is they're kids. You're gonna have to tell them multiple times.
yeah.
You can expect them to learn it the first time. Yes, you can have all the expectations you want, but they're still learning, and it's gonna be by repetition. That's how people
Mm,
learn. So definitely, have some patience when you're doing things. That's why Lance and Sammy are great parents, and they have really great patience. Not that Nora's a difficult kid, but again, you're gonna have to tell. Sometimes you gotta let them know, and they learn. You just really gotta let them know over and over again, just like you gotta tell some
yeah.
grown-ups over and over.
Hey, it's not just a
Not,
kids.
not just kids, it's people. It's people, but I love to see that. But just the enthusiasm they have when they're learning something new
Yeah.
and wanting to try it. Like you taught them something new, they finally get it, and they're like, "I want to try." Then they
Mm.
get the first time, and they're just like super, until like the sixth time. Then they get tired of it, of course. But you're like, "Damn it!"
There today, was it today? It might have been something with Merck late yesterday or today, and she was like, "Oh, we do not hurt animals." I've been trying to drill that into her for like the last month. She's been smacking animals. Like I'm like, hey, animals need our help, okay? That deer doesn't want to be here. It had to leave its home because we took it away or we started a fire, okay? Let's be nice to the ducks. Don't throw the rocks at the ducks, Nora. Be nice to animals. And she's like,
Okay, Nora, I've thrown rocks at them.
no. And now, and today when she says that, and Steph and Marcus were kind of talking about the same thing when we were talking about parenting and how they had helpful parents, and it was like be an example and also like repeating the same thing until boom,
Yeah,
they get it now, right? And you're
yeah,
like, whoa, that really is a great moment where it's like uh all that paid off, like trying to drill that into somebody.
yeah.
Wash your hands after you go to the potty. I don't want it with my hands, okay?
Exactly.
But eventually it's going to be like Nora always washes her hands after she potties, and it's going to just catch like that. So just using that moment as like to hold on for hope and just continue on,
Exactly.
keep doing it, keep doing
Watch.
the right thing, and it's going to turn into good stuff.
The more gratitude you're gonna have when you're seeing Nora play with kids and they don't wash their hands, and Nora goes, "Ew, you don't wash your hands?
No,
Ew."
bro, this dude's a jerk. She goes up to like infants at the library, and she'll like they're playing in like a section. Maybe there's some big Legos or some books or something, and the baby will come up, and she'll like hand the baby a Lego, and then she'll like look at the baby, wait for a second, look at the mom, and ask the mom, do they not know how to say thank you? Like, bro. But you'll be like, oh, do they not know how to say thank you yet? This is like, oh, they're just little baby. They don't know. Yeah, okay.
Valid question. Valid question. She's just a kid too, but that's good manners because you want people to say thank you and welcome.
Yeah. And do they not know how to say thank you?
That's what I'm
This
saying.
was
It's look, hey, look.
the best.
I'd be embarrassed as a parent because then I'd be like, damn,
No,
she,
it's a like
she's
six
asking
month
me.
old.
That's I don't care. Teach your 6 months old to nod.
Yeah.
Right there, you go.
Just give me a thumbs
That,
up,
that's
baby.
all. That's all I need. Just a nod and a little smile that I know you appreciate it. I know that you just came out the womb, but hey, learn quick, buddy. Learn quick.
Gonna say thank you.
Done quick.
All right, that's our show for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in and staying to the end. Appreciate you guys. Uh, Polytickin update for the Polytickin podcast. I think Cefa is at a graduation in Texas right now, so there will not be a new Polytickin episode on Monday, but we're going to try to record a late Patreon. So definitely be subscribed to the Patreon, patreon.com/the Polytickin podcast.
Marcus also been busy. He's been at a vending at a comic show with Scoofius. Is that who he was?
Comic Revolution. I forget the exact name. I don't think it's Comic Con. It is a Comic Con, but
It is a yeah. So
the one in LA or Anaheim.
Shout out to Marcus and Scoofius. That's dope. Getting to go and do. I mean, I know it's work, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure for Marcus, like it would have been for us. That's happy time. You know what I mean? That's like, oh,
for sure. So, it is work time in that he like went there with a plan, not only to explore, but to vend, but to capture it on camera, right? And to go out and be recording the content. More. Yeah. If you're following Oh Hello Marcus, you definitely see him with the comic information and the reviews and the new covers, right? But then also getting to see him walk into his comic book store, go through that stuff. Like that is not how I expected it to look inside. I'm sure it's different in different comic stores, but that is also exactly how I imagined it was going to look. Just like it looks like a record store. Yeah, record store. Yeah,
that's what we love about him.
Yeah. So it is love to see that content.
Yeah, sure. I know you're gonna see it on his page. So it is New Comic Wednesday. Comics, new issues come out on Wednesday. One of the more highly anticipated titles, first issue of Absolute Green Arrow drops today. Now, again, I know if you guys are a fan of DC Comics, these stories have totally been retold. It is not the same stories you know as DC. And for the most part, I haven't read it yet. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, you already have it?
Yeah, I went earlier. So this is the A cover right here. This is the variant cover.
What does A just mean? The first one?
Regular cover. Yep, the first cover. Okay. But it's not your regular story. I think he's more of a anti-hero in this now.
It's like a Deadpool Green Arrow,
kind of, but more darker. I know
more dark.
I mean, Deadpool's not dark though. You know what I
mean? Oh, true.
He's funny.
He's so happy.
Yeah, like he makes killing people fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, just he was teased in Absolute Batman 20, which was the last issue of Batman. So this is issue number 1 of Green Arrow. That dropped today. It is New Comic Wednesday. Do yourself a favor. Go pick up one of the first issues. That'll be original print, not a reprint. If you have time, stop by. If you're looking to pick up cards this week, Pokemon has a new set dropping called Chaos Rising, which drops on Friday. All your big box retailers should be selling it. Best Buy will be at MSRP for sure. Target should be at MSRP. They might be maybe a couple bucks over MSRP. Same thing with the Walmart. They'll be dropping. GameStop is already selling at reseller prices, market prices. Sorry.
What?
But you can still find it there. Barnes and Noble's a good place too. They'll be dropping. Check your Fred Meyers in the electronics section. They drop cards there too. But Chaos Rising, chase card in that, I think for right now is a Greninja. The Japanese version of Chaos Rising is Ninja Spinner. So if you're looking for the card set, go look at the card set that dropped for Ninja Spinner. It should mirror exactly what that is for Chaos Rising.
When did Ninja Spinner come out?
A couple months ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they usually start it Japanese release and then a couple months later American?
Yeah, a couple months later American. So the American sets usually mirror a Japanese set. They do also have exclusive Chinese sets called Gem Mint or Gem boxes that are dropping that have exclusive cards you can only get in those Chinese sets. So I think Gem Box 5 is what's dropping or dropped this week. Go look out for that. Still the top of the card list right now for people of Ascended Heroes is the Trikachu, which is a Pikachu where he's in the forest leaning against a tree. I think raw right now.
True.
Yeah, Trikachu. It's just a Pikachu
True.
card where he's in the forest.
That's funny though.
Raw right now is 1100, I think. So right out the pack, it's an 1100 card.
1100, huh?
Yeah. Right after that, in Ascended Heroes would be the Gengar SIR, which I want to say is about 900 right now. Lance had pulled the
Crazy.
Meowth from Perfect Order, the SIR, which is a little bit above 200 right now. The rise on that Meowth has been a really, really healthy, steady rise in price. So it's a good card to hold on to.
I was gonna I can't now, but I was gonna trade it to you for something. But then
No, no,
what
no, no,
no
no.
no no no. So this was like because you said that you were chasing that card,
I
right?
am, yeah.
And I was like, well, it's probably better to trade it, get some like a box or something and just hold that. And but when I told Sammy I was trading away the mouth, she was like, no, I like that one. I was like, oh,
No,
sorry,
yeah, no.
dog.
So I also have like so I'm that is one of my personal Meowth is one of my personal collections right now. So I got the
Nice,
I've
nice.
got the IR from Phantasmal Flames where Meowth is like laying on a branch in a tree.
Yep, yep, yep.
I got that one. I just picked up if you have the time, look at singles right now. I'm doing a lot of eBay. Not bad. I found Team Rocket's Meowth for I think it's a $20 buy, which is good because that card is steadily rising right now too. Um, and then I'm looking for the perfect order Meowth. You can still find packs. I just picked up 2 packs this morning from Target for MSRP, which is $5. So I'm not I'm not too worried right now about buying the single yet for that Meowth. I'm gonna be a degenerate and try to pull it from.
Yeah.
Damn it!
There's that one legendary card vending clip where the guy the buyer comes up, he's like, hey, do you have any of this Deancy or whatever it was?
Oh
And the
yeah,
guy
Mega
was like,
DNC.
nah. But I'll pull it for you real quick. Hold up.
I
And he
seen
takes a
that,
fresh pack
and
and
he
he
just
opens
rips
it
it,
up. He's like,
and he's like,
oh,
yeah. I was
$20,
like,
$20 here. Take it.
that was cool. I was like, man, that's dope. That's so for you. I'll pull it for you right now. That's
Yeah, he pulled it right out. That's funny.
that was a pretty dope crew. Yeah, but that's a Chaos Rising, folks. The Best Buy that I work at, I will be standing in line because I can't buy cards early. But I Friday, our line is wild. There are a group of guys who collect, and they get there at like 1 in the morning, which is crazy to me. Uh,
Why? You said that last week too. Why is one? Wait, what time do you go?
the store doesn't open until 10 a.m. I still go at a crazy hour because I go at like 4:30. You know what I mean? But that's because I want to be. If there's anything other than Chaos Rising there, you'd have to be like the first 10 people in line to get like a ETB of like Ascended Heroes or Prismatic Evolutions.
So you're saying there's no point in showing up at one. You could show up at four and get the same thing.
Maybe because the guys that show up,
Mm-hmm.
there's only 4 of them. Those are the regular guys that come in like at around 1. But also I have to work that day, so I can't be there at 1. And like, you know what I mean? I'm 4:30's pushing it
Are
already.
you allowed to wait in line at your store,
I
or do
am.
you have to? Oh, okay.
We can't get before you'd have to wait like 48 hours,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't get a discount on Pokemon anymore in the store.
So you're a
So
regular buyer whenever you get
right,
it. Yeah.
right. So it's just MSRP. We're not there's no advantage to us anymore getting the cards that get it. No discount. So
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Oh yeah, yeah, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so
Resell or something like that.
yeah, so even that resale, if we were to resell it, we gotta wait a year to resell
I'm not
anything,
waiting a year.
which is kind of scary because yeah, I'm just gonna give it to my sister to sell. Jokes, Best Buy. Um, but yeah, it's worth it. I think Cast Rising is gonna be a good set. There's some beautiful cards in it.
Mm.
If you have the time, it's 1 SKU per person, so take a second person if you want more than one of everything there. Yeah, I think 4:30, 5 o'clock, especially for a new drop like this, there should be a good amount of things in the store for the drop because it's a new drop. So if you get there like around 4:35, you should be guaranteed to get something from the new set. So
Mm.
It'll be worth it.
I they probably just yeah. Well, actually, I have a question to ask you off air. So,
Yeah, we should. When I get there, we should drive to like Lincoln City and see like those little towns and
what?
see check check their WalMarts and their
Oh,
Best Buys and see what they're selling out there.
Lincoln City's a drive. It's like 2 more hours,
It
but
is.
it is Chinook Winds Casino.
Oh
They
my
also
gosh,
have a kids section. Chinook Winds Golf Course. The
they do.
beaches there, D River,
Yeah,
uh, smallest river in the world.
love Lincoln City. Lincoln City and Pacific City are
Did we
great.
take our pictures at Lincoln City,
I
or
thought
was
did we
it
go to? We went to Pacific.
Pacific?
Yeah. No, we did go to Lincoln. We went to Lincoln because we went to the casino right after.
Might need to rebook you
we having.
because we went to the casino right after.
I was like, are we having a second kid?
Yo, if you want engagement photos, if you want wedding photos, if you want graduation photos, this is the man to get you right here.
Hey, look, if
Especially
you
if you're
just
in the
want
Pacific Northwest.
photos,
If you want to fly them out, sure, that would also be helpful. But Pacific Northwest, if you need photos,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. It is graduation season for some folks, so if you guys,
Oh
and
yeah.
we can
Oh
always work out. I know a lot of people charge at a premium. I'm not like I'm not the super professional guy, but I take good photos. So if you need something, and we can always work out a price, let us know. We can get that set up for you guys.
nice. If someone wants to try to contact you for photography, I mean, definitely if they hit up Ballinesian, I can forward that to you. But is
For
there
sure.
a certain site or a
Yep. I'm on
page that you
Instagram
want?
at Village Kids Media. So
Yeah.
you can search that on Instagram or my personal Instagram, which you can find on the Polynesian. So yeah, or find me on Facebook at Village Kids Collectibles on Facebook. So
Oh, when did you say that? When's that?
I just changed my personal pages to that.
I was like, oh, this man got the collection.
I'm lazy. I'm
It's
lazy.
just like, I already have all these people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna build this.
Gotcha.
you, you thought you were looking at my life? No, buy this
Nah.
Charizard.
Here, have this really quick. Yeah, man. Oh man,
Nice.
I have a signed sorry, Will. If it gets to you before I send it, it's yours, Will. But I have an auto of Clyde Drexler, a 1985
Whoa.
Joe Clyde Drexler. That
Clyde the Glide.
I the Glide, one of the better shooting guards in the history of the league. So
The
yeah.
Oregonian says that the Blazers are probably on their way out if things don't change.
They had a good season though.
I know, right? Didn't they make the playoffs or
They
the play
did.
in at least?
Yeah. So
And then like this is where Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp are about to like turn into like veterans. This is where you can bring it. I mean, you
well,
got
Denny
Jeremy
right
Grant or
now.
whatever.
Denny is
Danny,
a star player. Yeah.
what is
So
it? Adavija, Adej. I forget his last name. How to say it?
Denny.
Yeah.
His name's Denny.
Uh, so yeah, you have good players, but then they're saying Moda Center is so decrepit or run down, which is not up to date, but it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's horrible. I've been there a handful of times.
Mm.
It doesn't make me want to go again.
Right. Come
It's
on,
not like
Nike. Pour
yeah.
some
So
money into the motor. Come on,
well,
Nike.
that's the problem too, is because they're not going to ask Nike to do
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
They're going to ask Portland to do it, which is the
Yeah.
people and the taxpayers are going to all have to chip in, an extra $50 or something to make it worthwhile. Because the new owner that the Allen sold to also has a hockey team out in Nashville, and apparently is not shy about moving the team. So, well, I mean, he's not saying I'm about to move the team, but anytime something like this, especially basketball, happens, you think about the Seattle Supersonics, who not only were a really good fan base, they had a freaking title. They had a piece of league history, and they're like, nah, move. You guys are gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
We
if
have
you
them
guys
back now,
don't, if
but
you the Seattle,
Seattle has a team now. So
I mean, they want the Supersonics back, right? And any team
well,
that goes back to Seattle for, I guess, the NBA would be the immediately become the Supersonics again.
I mean, it's not official, but they are the other franchise besides Las Vegas that will be
Right.
part of the expansion.
Expanding from 30 to 32 teams.
Yep.
I don't understand how the NBA has 30 teams. That's such a weird 5 team conferences, five per whatever, 5 team divisions. um,
But
yeah, but
anyway,
the Blazers being moved. Or I was
hopefully
talking
not.
about it with
Hopefully not.
Luke and Clay, and they're like,
It'd be a
it's
sad
probably
day.
not going to happen. But
Yeah.
you think about what happened to the Supersonics, and they were like, "Oh, you guys don't want to buy us a stadium? The people of Seattle don't want to pay for a brand new stadium. Well, F it, we'll just go to Oklahoma." So
Well, we got to pay for $10 of gas per gallon. So
I feel like Washington is one of the highest. That's crazy. What is it?
at
What was it the last time you
$6.
bought?
It's
It
like
was 6.
well, it's like $5.90.
Yeah, it's been at like 580 here in West Portland or Hillsboro.
Yeah.
So
So wild.
I think it could go up a little bit more. I think we are not
Hey,
at the. I also think if it gets to like 9, we're never getting 4 again. If it gets to 9, it's going to go down so slow that we're going to
yeah.
celebrate 6. We're going to settle for 5.
Because
And
what happens is people are going to be like, well, if they're still paying for 9,
mm-hmm,
even though
mm-hmm.
we don't have to charge them 9.
They're like, look, the world didn't fall apart when people
Right.
paid exorbitant amounts. We can take more of their money. This is big, big oil,
Yeah.
gas companies talking. It did not break the market. We have numbers. We have data now over the past couple months that gas has been 4 digits, like $10 or more. And they're going to be like, we don't ever need to go to $3.99 again. We don't
Yeah.
need to be 4 again. We can stay at a nice 5. No one's going to revolt because they'll remember 9 for sure. Yeah, if it gets to 9, people are not driving places. Like
No,
it's not.
I'm coming to Portland probably on the 11th, and I'm taking the train.
Yay!
That is for sure. Sorry, Noah, I didn't tell you, but you're picking me up from the train station.
Nice, I love it. Yeah, thank you guys again for listening in. We will update you more on our when Forrest comes down to Portland or when we go up there. Definitely whenever we get together. Um, Documenting that Seahawks games in versus the Chargers in Seattle, Seahawks in Vegas.
Definitely.
Man, it's gonna be fun. All right, let's get out of here. Again, thank you everybody for listening. You can also listen to the Polytickin podcast. Make sure you're subscribed to the network, whether that's here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts that you're listening, or here on YouTube, where you can watch and comment. Definitely let us know what else you guys want us to talk about. As
Yeah.
far as sports, we're looking for subjects, topics, and it definitely helps to do research when a question is posed instead of kind of like just trying to figure out stuff straight up journalism style. So if you have a topic, if you have a Ballinesian, if you have some athlete that you want to more coverage on, definitely shoot that information our way at Ballinesian on Instagram or TikTok. You can DM us. You can also email us ballinesian@gmail.com if you have some long form questions. If you want to present some takes of your own, or even if you have any shout outs or community events. Oh, wow. My mom wanted me to let everyone know that there is a church in Wilmington that is doing some really helpful stuff. So let me find that before I forget again. Also, she wants to know if we submitted the form for deep sea mining, opposition. I guess there's a thing there.
I'm waiting to see what kind of money that the residents of American Samoa offered. Then I'm going to decide on whether I submit mine for no mining or for yes, I'm a resident of American Samoa, but you can send my check to.
All right. First Christian Church of Wilmington has a food pantry on the second and fourth Saturday of each month in Wilmington, California. So that's First Christian Church of Wilmington Food Pantry. They have it on the second and fourth. What did I just say? Second and fourth Saturday. All right. Also Saturdays, if you're in Modesto, California, just go a little bit north or in Modesto. Probably like 10 hours. How long is it from from LA to Modesto?
I don't think yeah,
8.
yeah, probably about 8.
It's 4 hours from LA to Vegas. It's also 4 hours from Portland to Idaho. Anyways,
But
yeah,
it's
do that.
9 from Portland to San
Bruh,
Francisco.
it took forever to get down. Yeah, Modesto. Shout out to Brother E. Rye, the Vasa Island Apparel,
Always holding it down.
the Via Dolorosa Samoan Christian Congregation Church is located at 1331 Cascade Avenue in Modesto, California. Definitely be following Lavasa, but they have a food drive, weekly food drive there as well. I think it's on Saturdays in the morning. But there are these resources out there.
They are.
And there is a time right now, we're talking about gas going up, which is going to make everything else go up in price. You know, everything gets shipped by a truck, by a plane, by a boat that use gases. So expect costs to be going up as long as there's an oil stoppage. And we're going to need to kind of help each other out. So definitely having these resources where you can get a very much needed thing like food or certain household staples, definitely take advantage. And if you have one of these events or, you know, community outreaches that you would like people to hear about, more people to hear about, definitely let us know. Ballinesian@gmail.com. It's free. Just shoot us a message. I'll probably look into it a little bit, make sure it's legit, but we will, yeah, definitely spread the word because we're gonna need it here, and we got to take care of ourselves because we can't count on other people or stuff like that. So, yeah, let us know, and we're out. Stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay balling, love and light. Peace.